Keepataw Day is coming up very soon. Welcome into Lemont Unlocked. My name is Chris. Tess is not on this episode. Don't worry, she'll be back. It's a very busy life running a coffee shop and being basically the woman about town. I am joined with the organizers behind the Keepataw Day Parade and the Fun Fest and everything there. And then we're also at one of their sponsors, Just Hummus, and we're going to learn all about what Just Hummus does here in downtown Lemont and the amazing selections that they have. If you are checking this out for the first time, Lemont Unlocked is on YouTube. It has its own channel. It's also at lemontdowntown.com/unlocked. You can go there. You can subscribe on any podcast app from Apple Podcasts to Spotify, and you can learn about these places. You can learn about Keepataw Day. You can learn about the Fun Fest. You can learn about Just Hummus, all at lemontdowntown.com. Trisha O'Neill is sitting here with me, and Beverly Marzik. How are you both? Let's get a microphone in front of Beverly. There we go. That's perfect. So you guys are the brain trust behind Keepataw Day. And the first question I have, and Trisha, I'll ask you. I think you work at the Historical Society as well. You're a member of it. Where does this originate? I know it used to be Keepataw Days. Now it's Keepataw Day. It's coming up on Sunday, the 31st of August?
Correct, okay. Yes.
Where does this come from? How did this start?
So it started in downtown Lemont on Canal Street between the Chamber of Commerce and the businesses down there. They wanted to raise money for ornamental street lighting, and they thought, what better way than to have a festival? So they had some carnival rides and other fun stuff for them to do, and it was such a big hit that it stuck, and we've been doing it ever since.
I love the fact that it's about street lighting, and you added the street light into the poster for this year. Do you put a street light on it every year, or is it just this year?
No, it just happened this year. Our poster was created by Ellie Whitek, who is a LHS alum, and she did an amazing job. We just kind of tell her some things, and she sees our past posters and kind of came up with that. So.
That's awesome. Beverly, tell me about this parade. It's on Sunday. Is that what kicks it off? It's right nearby here, I believe it starts. Main and Stephen, but closer to Nick's, you were saying?
No, Tom's.
To Tom's. There's a Nick's, there's a Tom's.
Yeah.
It's a lot to keep track of. Closer to Tom's. Okay, so closer to Tom's, that's where it kicks off. Give me the parade route and what we're going to see.
Okay, the parade is Sunday, August 31st, kicks off at 1 p.m., The starting line is like in between where Cornerstone and Tom's is, and they will come across the tracks. They will turn and go west on Main Street. When they get to turnabout, they will turn that corner, get up on Illinois Street, and then follow that east on Illinois Street to Lemont Street. And at Lemont Street is St. Matthew's Church. And that's officially the end of the parade.
That's the end of the parade. And
right.
Is the Fun Fest over at that location at the end of the parade, or where is that at?
So the Fun Fest is in the Metro parking lot, the big main Metro parking lot. It's actually that whole area. That's where the bands and the food and the beer tent will be. And then in the small lot that's directly underneath the bridge will be kind of the kids' corner section. But we have that whole Canal Street, Bossert Street. It's closed down immediately after the parade ends. That's where our artisans are on Canal Street and touch a truck for the kids. And
you got to have the artisans. You got to have the touch trucks. I'm going to ask you about those in just a moment. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, the parade. You know, Beverly, I used to march in parades. I played the saxophone. Okay, in high school. Oh, you did? Mm-hmm. All right. And so you know what it's like. You know what if it's too hot, you're miserable. In the cold, your fingers stick to the keys, and sometimes you can't get anything out, and then you just pretend that you're playing, right?
Right. Well, and back in my day, we had to march full uniform, hat, full polyester. You know.
I think your day's my day. I had to do the same thing. but will there be bands at this? Tell me what kind of participants we get in the parade. Are there floats? Break it down for me.
Okay, we try to have something for everybody.
Yeah.
Of course, we highlight the two bands from Lemont, the Lemont High School Band and the Old Quarry Marching Band. A fan favorite is the Chicago Stockyard Kilty Band. They come every year. Then we also have Lemont organizations, nonprofit organizations, that will put in floats like the Pirates of the Canal, or the Lemont Junior Women's Club.
I'm sorry, there's pirates in the canal?
Yeah.
That's a real thing?
That's a real thing.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, there's my reason right there for showing up for it. Pirates.
We have the VFW. We have scouting troops. All the Lemont schools are represented in the parade. There's also the Bethany Lutheran Church has their Feed the Bus. And people are encouraged to bring food to put in the bus, and then that goes to their food pantry. And then, of course, we have a grand marshal for the parade. So,
you know, what's interesting here is that it started to raise money for something that was for Lemont. It's become something, it sounds like, that's a lot of fun, but you've added a fundraising kind of thing to it. It seems to me that I've learned this since we started Lemont Unlocked at the beginning of the year. If there's an event in Lemont, it's not just a party. It seems to go to a good cause somewhere along the line, right?
Yeah, it's really to celebrate. I mean, it started as a festival, but it really then turned into a celebration of the town and its community and any organizations, businesses. It's just a way of them to get out there, represent themselves, maybe even promote themselves if they're new, for the kids to be, in some sort of sport or organization. Who doesn't love walking in a parade? You know what I mean? It's just fun.
Yeah, unless it's 0 degrees or really, really hot.
Yeah, right.
And you're in full uniform.
Right, and I do have to add, though, the Pirates of the Canal, they're, I know you don't know them, but you should.
I have no idea who they are.
They have an amazing float usually every year,
Yes.
and then afterwards at the fest, they do a dunk tank. They're one of the nonprofits that has a game, and they do a dunk tank.
That's awesome. Yeah. Very cool. Let's talk about the fun fest that comes afterwards just a little bit, okay? You've got live bands. You've got an artisan market. I always find those to be so interesting and interesting to put together because you're trying to find vendors that are kind of interesting and people are going to want to check out. I think you've got 17 of them, you were telling me earlier. And so you have that. You have games for the kids. You got a little section for them to kind of hang out. There's a beer tent. What's the hardest thing to put together? The artisan market or the bands, or is there something I'm not thinking of?
Oh, that's a tough question. Entertainment is kind of easy. We start in the fall. A woman named Patty Kowalski, she's also our vice president, but she's in charge of entertainment, so she starts looking for bands in the fall. And so those are usually locked in pretty close to the start of our planning. But the artisan markets, you kind of got to get out there and find some, and we try not to repeat any, so not from year to year, but like in the same fest. So we try to look for something different at every table, basically.
You can't have 5 people that do pickles.
Right. The games. The games is hit or miss. We always look for nonprofit organizations that want to do something for themselves, and they retain a portion of the proceeds that they make that day. And then food. I would say food might be kind of difficult.
Really? With all these restaurants around here, food is difficult? Are you doing food trucks or do the restaurants get involved?
I would say we do food trucks.
Okay.
We started doing the local restaurants at first, but then Taste of Lemont is actually the week after our event, and so we didn't want to kind of not step on their toes, you know what I mean, and steal what they were trying to do for the high school education fund. So I would say, reaching out to food vendors and hoping they're not booked and getting them to commit, and
All right, but it sounds like it came together pretty well because you have a list of things that you have going on, and it also sounds to me like it's a very family-friendly event, especially with the Kids Zone Beverly.
Yeah, who doesn't love a parade?
Right.
And then to follow the parade, and you will see all the families just following and going down to the Metro lot, and there's so many choices for them to do there. It's just a fun thing. It's a fun afternoon. And then the parents can come back in the evening and enjoy the bands.
So the date again is the 31st. That's a Sunday. It sounds like it's an all-day thing. Give me the schedule one more time here of what people should expect, because I know a lot of people have been to Keepataw Day, but you're going to get people that are checking it out for the first time. So give them kind of the timeline, what they should expect.
Okay, if they want to see the parade, they need to start coming down around noontime.
Get down here around noontime.
To get a spot.
Get a spot, yeah.
And to find a place to park your car.
Don't put your chair too close to the train, because you know it's going to ride through at some point, yeah.
Then at 1 o'clock, we start promptly at 1 o'clock. There are some road closures. Main Street will close down at 12:45 and will reopen after the parade, which is approximately 2:30, and, get your spot and sit and relax. I see people that bring coolers or snacks or whatever. And then the last entry in the parade is called the caboose. And there's a big sign on there inviting everyone to come to the Fun Fest and, just follow downtown. The roads are still closed, so they can just follow the road all the way down to the
They kind of become part of the parade there at the end.
That's right.
I like that. That's really cool. And then you have this Fun Fest, which it sounds like has been really well curated. A lot of things going on, and it definitely something that you want to do on August the 31st here in downtown Lemont. Thank you, both of you, for coming on the show. And again, I'll mention Just Hummus, one of your sponsors. I know you had a bunch of them. I think you got them all in there at some point. You were kind of like rattling them off, so that's awesome. And we're going to try out some of their food here next, but thank you, both of you, Tricia and Beverly.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. All
right, continuing at Just Hummus, one of the sponsors of Keepataw Day, and I have David and Peggy Abood. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for having me here. I've never been at a place that's Just Hummus, and not only is this all Just Hummus, the name of the place is Just Hummus. So it's incredible to me. I couldn't even picture the idea of somebody running a business based around hummus or having like a storefront. So this is, to me, revolutionary. Tell me how you got here.
You're not the first guy to say that. We started, I used to be a trader at the Board of Trade. My wife's a nurse. We just wanted to get into something different. I started a food truck. Didn't really take off that well with the hummus. Just hummus doesn't really sell on a food truck. It's not a walking around food. So my wife decided we were gonna start doing some farmers markets and selling stores, and it ended up, this was our kitchen, and we would open one day a week, but now we decided we wanted to put all that behind us and just concentrate on the restaurant.
So you started with the idea of this being basically home base, but you weren't having people come in here all the time. Now you got tables, people come in here, and this is or all week long. I don't know if you're 7 days a week. I don't want to.
No, we're 4 days a week.
I don't want to force you to come in on Sunday. Okay.
That's the reason we got rid of the farmers market.
So tell me a little bit about the food here. I mean, you have a couple different types out here. First of all, how hard is it to make hummus? Because I have met people who are like, oh, I could do that, and I don't know if it's as simple as they think it is.
It's not. It is a simple thing to make. It's just a couple ingredients, but the balance, the dance between the tahini and the chickpeas, and that's super important.
Yeah.
Once you get that, you just get that. It's a taste in the back of your mouth that just makes you want more and more and more.
What's the best way to have it, with the chips or with the pita?
I am a fan of chips, but the pita are also really good. We have a lot of customers that eat it with vegetables too. So it's really healthy.
Well, if it's so health-wise, that's interesting to me. I know a lot of people who are health nuts that will try out hummus, or they'll have hummus in their house.
Right.
In their house. Why is it so healthy?
So we make everything ourselves. First of all, everything except for the bread is made in shop. We do everything from scratch. We use organic chickpeas. We don't add any oils. We don't add any preservatives. This is as fresh as it gets. We make it all the time, whenever we need it. And
Peggy, if I were to try something here, I know you have a couple of different ones out here, but it's my first time here, and if somebody else walked in here and it was their first time here, what would you recommend for somebody who's just gotten here for the first time?
So if you like any kind of heat, I would start with the jalapeno. It's we have a lemon garlic one also. The jalapeno has some lemon garlic in it. That is a crowd favorite. The next one over is buffalo. Also really popular. And then for people who don't like any heat at all, we have an olive oil, just a very traditional one.
That jalapeno one's really good. I mean, and the idea whenever you do something that's spicy, like you're doing something with jalapeno, is to try to find a way to get a kick, but not make the person regret that they ordered this much of it, right? So I mean, how much experimentation goes into that to get the right balance?
It's something. I mean, it's taken a long time to get everything right. These are all our recipes. Like I said, we make everything from scratch. To get it like that, I mean, it probably took us a good 6 months of experimenting to get these toppings right, because Once you get the hummus right, then it's kind of all about the toppings.
I was worried about that buffalo.
No,
I
it's
just
not hot.
I just
It's a
tried it.
mild buffalo.
I was worried about that. That's actually now I could see myself coming in here and getting that on a regular basis. That's good.
Lamont's a buffalo town.
Is it?
Yeah,
I didn't realize Lemont was a buffalo.
Oh, my God.
Lemont loves buffalo.
Is that a big seller for you guys?
I would say 2 to
definitely.
3 to everything else. Yeah.
Really? That's the big one right there, the buffalo.
Everywhere else, it's jalapeno or olive, or we used to do specialty ones too. We did a caramelized onion. We did a fig and pomegranate. That one's really popular. We do those mostly in the winter though. But yeah, here Lemont, buffalo, hands down. Buffalo.
What are these things here?
So these are falafel.
Okay.
They're
What is falafel?
it's again chickpeas. We grind the chickpeas up. We put cilantro, parsley, our own spice blend. We fry them up. They're nice and crispy on the outside, tender on the inside.
And what am I dipping? What did I dip that in? That's really good.
This is tahini, lemon, and garlic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I could see this as like a snack, but I could see this as also like I need something to eat for lunch today. I'm going to go in and get it.
Right. We do sandwiches. We do plates. Of the falafel, and we have a meat dish, kafta.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a little meatball, like a slightly spiced meatball.
Yeah, I mean, it feels to me like you could, like, if you were going to get something from here, you might sit there and say, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this.
Right.
And then you have the tables in here so that people can come in and they just kind of hang out, just kind of talk, just kind of sample things. I don't want to call it like tapas or small plates, but it seems like it's the kind of thing where you would get multiple flavors on the table and then kind of share around the table, right?
Yes, definitely. You can eat it like that. We do have lots of people that come in and eat it like that, or people that just get their own meal.
So why Lemont? I got to ask you that question because, I mean, I asked that to everybody, but like, why Lemont? I mean, we were just talking about your location. I was like, it's kind of a nice little location. I like where you're at. And because everything's starting to get built up around here. It seems like something new is moving in all the time. And is that why Lemont?
Well, I was born and raised here. We left for a while after we got married. We lived in the city. We lived in Berwyn. We came back here for the schools and for the town. It's a great town. Everybody.
We've raised our family here. David's mom is still living in the house that she raised her family in. So
my grandpa owned that store, 114 Stevens Street. So.
It's a family thing. It's a family thing. It's a roots thing.
Right.
That's why you're here.
My mom's still here in the same house we grew up in. So
yeah, it just seems like every place around here, there's a reason they come is because, one, they like the town. A lot of people have family roots that are here that have been here for a long time. But then also it's a support thing, right? It feels to me like each business kind of helps each other out. All the residents kind of like, this is our place. We got to make sure that we support it. And then you're supporting because you're helping out Keepataw Day. How important is it for you to be involved in things like that? I mean, you're sponsoring that, but like how important is it to be a part of the events in the community?
It's really important, I think, if you want to be part of the community. For us, it's a little difficult. We do what we can. I mean, it's only just the two of us. But, I mean, I remember watching the Keepataw parade, and the Shriners from upstairs from the store, looking out the window and just watching the whole thing. It's such a cool thing.
That's awesome. What's your address? Let everybody know where you're at and when you're open and how they can get in here.
We're at 209 Stevens Street in Lemont. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Come on in. Give us a try.
It's really, really good. And I got to tell you right now, the jalapeno is good, but I understand why that buffalo is number one. I completely and totally understand it. And Keepataw Day again on Sunday, August the 31st. Get out there for the parade. Get out there for the Fun Fest. Get all the details at LemontDowntown.com, which is also where you can find this podcast. You can subscribe on any podcast player. Check out the YouTube channel as well. Thank you both so much for having me here and for laying out this incredible food. It is really good.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us,
Chris.
Having us.